Good morning. I have quite a group in here who's been quite rowdy before the microphones got turned on, so let's hope they stay rowdy and talkative. I have John and Nancy Emerson, who are honorary marshals of the June Dairy Parade on Saturday. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Jack and Jeanne DeSwart, who are the grand marshals of
morning.
the parade. Good morning.
Glad to be here.
Oh, good. Well, that's lovely. Do you get to ride in cars or do you walk? I ride in cars, right?
Whatever they tell us to do.
You just show up and then that's what happens, right?
Yeah, we may be the pooper scoopers. We're not sure.
Pretty sure that's not what's going to happen. But I think aren't you towards the beginning? I don't have the list up in front of me. I think you're towards the beginning, right?
That's what I
Probably.
was told.
Yeah, and then you got to go watch the rest of the parade.
That's correct.
And get all the candy, right? That everybody hands
that
out.
sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, sure. Too bad I don't think you get special seating though, right? If you want to go watch, you just have to go probably find your spot.
I would assume.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think we're any more special than anybody else in the county. So.
Oh, that's nice. Speaking of just the county, can you give me, John and Nancy, can you give me a little bit of your history with the county? Did you grow up here?
We moved here 33 years ago. I'm a veterinarian and been a veterinarian in South County for all that period of time, and so we've been long-term South County residents. Our kids grew up in South County. In fact, I've said for many, many years, you may find a place just as good, but you'll never find a place better to raise kids than Tillamook County. So, yeah. Nancy, go ahead, Nancy.
She's like giving you the death stare. Wait, I have to talk?
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough, I came to Tillamook County at the same time that John did.
Funny.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Huh.
And have worked at the Tillamook County Health Department for, I think, 17 years, and then was the postmaster in Cloverdale for the last 10 years.
Wow.
And just retired in November.
And you also founded or started Cedar Creek?
I was one of the founding persons
People,
to start the Cedar Creek Child Care Center, which is now called
Nestucca Valley
Early Learning Center.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
I know it's Nestucca. I think you're right. NVELC.
I think that's right. Mm-hmm. So, and that I was on the board as a founding person. Stayed on the board for quite a long time. I was off for a brief amount of time, and then when they decided to build their new facility, I got back on the board and was very involved in that process, which went on for a really long time. But once they got their new building up and started, things were going extremely well, and I had other things to do, gardening mostly.
Ah, nice. I would like to garden now. That's a really nice facility right over there by the fire department.
It's a wonderful facility and a great partnership with the fire department, and now Head Start is co-located in that building, and they use the building, I know, for Boy Scout meetings, I believe, and for the dance lessons that are down there. Yeah. So filling that building up with young children is what it was all about. So I'm excited they're doing so much.
Great. And to the other side of the counter, Jack and Jeanne. Could you give us a little bit of your history with Tillamook County?
Well, I came to Tillamook County in 1965. I didn't grow up in Tillamook. I actually am from Europe. I was born in Holland.
Oh, wow.
And I've always kind of liked to volunteer things, so when I first came to Tillamook, I volunteered for the fire department. I was the very first volunteer that didn't live in the city. And being a farmer at that time, it was funny because we had to I put a siren on the top of our garage so Jeanne could run to the house and blow the siren. Then I could run home, where's the fire, and go do what I could do. I did that for 18 years, and then I worked for the sheriff's department as a reserve deputy sheriff for 22 years, and I really, really enjoyed that. But then, I needed to move on to some other things, and that was taking a lot of time. So then I got on the fair board, and I was on the fair board for 19 years, and which I really enjoyed that. I spent thousands of hours working at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, that's definitely a hands-on volunteer job.
Going on and on and on. And I've just, I've grown up in Tillamook. I did miss one thing. when I first came to Tillamook in 1965, I was only here for a little while, and Uncle Sam came and got me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I had to leave for a while. And then when I came back from that, I went to a wedding one time of a friend of mine, and I sat behind
Your
this
wife is rolling her eyes.
beautiful,
I know where this story's going.
I sat behind this beautiful girl, and now she's been my wife for 48 years.
Oh, wow, 48. Getting up there. Almost 50.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost there.
You don't look like you're old enough to be married 50 years, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I was looking for it. And Jeannie, what's your history with Tillamook County? Are you from
I
here?
was born here, and I want to say that they told me I was born behind a Piggly Wiggly store. Because there was a hospital on 4th Street, I believe. And I think it was the Sears store after the Piggly Wiggly, and on and on. So
That's funny. And is that the store that's Home Life now?
I think so.
Yeah. I think that's where
They told
Sears
me
or
it was-
J.C. Penney was there at one
Yeah.
point.
And I've been here all my life, and married Jack in 1968, and loved to milk the cows. I was a real farmer, learned to drive tractor, did a lot of things, and then I became really ill in the early 2000s, and we had to retire and sell the farm, which we miss.
Yeah.
And but we love where we're at now and enjoy our older age.
And now you can add a parade marshal to your list of accomplishments. I don't know. Do we call it an accomplishment? Sure.
Sure.
And you all told me you don't have any idea how you got selected.
No,
But
we
John
don't.
had something funny to say about it.
We're wanting to find out who we need to unfriend on Facebook. So we. I'm only kidding.
Yes, I know.
There are hundreds of people that deserve this honor, much more than us for sure. So we'll do the best we can to represent them and not embarrass them. So
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very nice. Outside of coming here and talking to me, do you have any other speaking engagements or things that you have to go do? Or besides being in the parade, obviously.
apparently we meet with the Rosarians and they plant a rose in front of the courthouse.
Oh, that's nice.
And,
Yeah.
And I think our duty in the parade, and as far as I know,
That's it? You don't do anything with the rodeo?
I don't think so. No. But we're all practicing our wave.
Oh, yes. So I've been told the princess wave is elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist. Elbow, elbow, wrist. So that's what we got to practice. Yeah, the princess wave. I don't know where I learned that from. I feel like it was being in the June Dairy Parade when I was a little kid. Somebody told me that, so I don't know if it's real, but yeah. There you go. Now you know how to pray. Now
I
you know
don't
how to
recall.
practice.
One of our daughters was actually a dairy princess a number of years ago, and I don't recall how she waved, quite frankly. So
I'll have to ask Callie.
Yeah.
I know Callie. I'll have to ask her. How do you wave as a dairy princess? Well, we should just say that the parade starts at 11. I think from Goodspeed. It goes Goodspeed all the way down to 9th, 10th Street?
That's correct.
Something like that. Oh, 11th Street before dispersing at the high school. I'm looking at it's right here on my screen. But before then, there's a milk run that happens at 8 a.m. over where? At the Y. Has a children's challenge course, a 2-mile walk, a 2-mile run, a 5K walk, a 5K run, and a 10K run. You can register for that at the YMCA's website, TillamookYMCA.org, under programs. And then, so that's in the morning at 8 o'clock, and then the parade starts at 11. And then after, I know the Chamber's done a really great job. I don't know if any of you can talk about this, but I can. So if you would like to interject, feel free. The Chamber's trying to create and revive the festival aspect. So after the parade is over, there will be a bouncy house, buried treasure, and penny scramble games, live music, a performance from a pirate group from Portland called PDX YAR that will be performing some type of pirate show. Russell Smith will be downtown giving out free chair massages or free back massages. So see, after sitting in the parade, you guys could go down and get a massage. And I assume that all of the merchants that are downtown will be open because they're really trying to keep everybody in town. Because then, after all of that is over, the rodeo starts at 6 o'clock. And I believe the gates open at 3, if I remember when the Queen was here. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on Saturday. Not only that, and there's farmers markets going on. So, yeah, lots of fun things. I'm going to take a quick break and talk about the Tillamook Country Smoker. You're traveling along, enjoying the scenery, and 6 miles north of Tillamook on Highway 101, there it is, Tillamook Country Smoker. A family-owned business that's been turning out a unique brand of beef jerky for over 40 years. It's juicy, tender, and it's good. Stop by their retail store on Warren Street off of Highway 101 in Bay City. They're open 9 to 5, 7 days a week. You're going to find everything, 2-foot-long pepperoni, teriyaki, and beef sticks for just $1. And excellent summer sausage. There's always something on special. Those 1-pound bags of beef jerky are a great buy. Tillamook Country Smoker. If we're going to eat healthy, this is the way to do it. And be sure to visit them online at tcsjerky.com. Do they have I don't know, do they have a float in the parade? I'm not sure. So what time do you guys have to be at the parade? You must, if you're in the beginning, you must have to get there early. Do you know?
9 o'clock.
Isn't there something?
Oh, that's not too bad.
There's a breakfast at the Elks at 8, and then I think we walk over
Or 9,
to
I think it's 9.
Was it 9? Okay.
It was 9, and then we walk over to the...
I thought Jack was giving you a look like, wait, there's a breakfast? I didn't hear about that. What? How are you getting a breakfast and I'm not?
John would know when there was food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the same way. There's free food, I'm in.
Yeah.
Count me in. Have you guys ever done the parade before in any other aspect?
I've, in the past, had a lot of antique vehicles, and I've driven
Fun.
tractors in the parade and stuff like that. Many years ago, I had a great big old steam tractor that was built in the 1800s
That's cool.
that I managed to drive through the parade one year.
That's pretty
Hopefully
cool.
you didn't run out of water.
Just needed water and wood.
Yeah, true. And John, have you pooper scooped?
Just a spectator. Just a spectator.
Yeah.
Generally watching our kids or something. So yeah.
Nancy, ever been in the
Yeah, I
parade or
brought
just
the
watching?
kids to the parade definitely when they were young, and then have watched the parade as a spectator from time to time.
Jeannie?
Well, we have a place right by the city police on 3rd Street. We always put our chairs, and we watch it every year. And then we have a barbecue in our yard afterwards.
Oh, nice. Do you live down in that area?
Yes.
Oh,
we live
that's
on 1st
nice.
Street. The parade's on 3rd Street. We just have to
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. Do you... Well, I don't want to say it on the air about where you live, but I have a question because I think I know where you live now. If it is where I'm thinking, you have a very lovely landscaped yard. Maybe? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We think so.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, in the parade, it's always funny because I have kids. I own a dance studio, and I have kids that are dancing in it, and they were asking me how long the parade is, and I said, well, I guess I could drive it. And then I said, well, no, I can't drive the route because it goes backwards down 3rd Street. I don't think that the police would like it that I did that. I'm just trying to find out how long the kids have to walk. I don't think they would appreciate that. Are you guys planning on going to the rodeo at all?
We are. Actually, our daughter and son-in-law are going to come down and go to the rodeo.
Fun.
And
They're not going to come watch you be in the parade?
they are going to come
Oh,
down
okay.
and watch us be in a parade. They're actually climbing Mount St. Helens the day before. So
Wow.
So I think they're going to be tired puppies. But
Hey, all you got to do to watch the parade is just sit.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Are you guys going to the parade or the rodeo?
No, we're having a bunch of guests that
Oh,
day
yeah.
afterwards. So we have a lot of family coming, so we'll be at home in our backyard.
Yes, yes. Enjoying the lovely weather. I hope it's supposed to be nice. It's kind of bizarre what the weather forecast is, but I'm hoping it'll be nice on Saturday.
I wanted to mention, I'm sorry that we're missing Phyllis Wustenberg.
Oh, yes, we should mention
today.
her for
she
sure.
She is the North County representative as a honorary Grand Marshal, and certainly Phyllis has been a tremendous contributor not only to the North County area, but to the Pioneer Museum, and has spent time doing countless volunteer activities. So I'm glad she'll be in the parade. I'm sorry that we're missing her here today.
And I'm not. I mean, Leanne will probably email me later and tell me what she meant. But I think, is Tammy Samaggio also an honorary marshal from the chamber? That's what it says on the Pioneer, so I'm not sure if...
It may be that this is her last year.
Oh, maybe. I know she's taking it over, all the coordination.
She's taking it over. So maybe that someone else is on their way out and she's on her way in. I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Lots of fun floats. I don't know if you guys have read about the lineup. The Astoria Regatta is going to have a float. There is something from Seattle, some sea fair. It's like one of the biggest fairs in the Pacific Northwest or something like that. I'm going to try to look it up here real quick. Yeah, lots of fun. Like, obviously the local things that we always enjoy, the big semis and the tractors and the horses and things like that. But sounds like there's going to be some really fun floats, and I think there's like 140 entries or something like that. It's going to be a long parade.
Well over 100, from my understanding.
Yeah, actually, somebody was mentioning a little while ago that sometimes there are more floats in the Tillamook County Parade than the Portland Floral Parade.
Wow.
You know, Portland actually calls that a parade.
True. How? Yeah, I wonder how many entries they have. Now you're just saying floats, though, not or entries. Entries.
Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
I should have said entries versus floats, but
yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it is. What I read was that it used to be the top 2 biggest parades in Oregon, and now we've been bumped down to the top 5. So I know Tammy said she's making it her personal goal to bring our standings and our rankings in the parade list up for the coming years. Yep, Shriners will be there. So Swiss Society, I've got it pulled up here. You guys are going to have the Royal Rosarians planting, right? You guys will be there.
correct.
That's correct.
Oh, I should say, in case you missed it in the very beginning, I'm talking to John and Nancy Emerson, who are honorary marshals, and then Jack and Jeanne DeSwart, who are the grand marshals of the parade. Right? Hello?
Correct.
Hello? Don't be afraid of the microphone. Gosh, where did I read? Yep, after the parade, there's all kinds of family stuff going on downtown. Pirate performers from Portland, PDXER, which goes along nicely with our Dairyland Treasures theme. Face painting, meet and greet with the Dairy Princess, free massages from Russell Smith, a performance from the band Beach Access. And I think we should probably give a shout out to Terry Phillips, who owns the Dutch Mill and North Coast Lawn, because he's been instrumental in creating an after parade festival. I think he's done a really great job of helping coordinate all that. Oh, and very cool. Did you guys know there's going to be a flyover by the Oregon Lifeguard to start the parade? Nice. That's pretty cool. The local Boy Scouts are going to be carrying a 20-foot by 30-foot flag through the parade, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, floats from 2 large festivals, the Astoria Regatta and the Seattle Sea Fair. Linda Kay, who is, I think, the outgoing coordinator of the parade, who's been doing it for, 13, 14 years. She said the Sea Fair makes the Rose Festival look tiny. So whatever, I'm very interested to see what those floats will look like. Sounds like a lot of fun. We're going to take a quick break and talk about Tillamook Motor Company. Welcome to the more human side of engineering, the Lincoln MKZ Hybrid, efficiency in its most elegant form. Enjoy the luxury of power. The shared features between the MKZ Hybrid and its gas counterpart go well beyond the exterior. Designers and engineers worked hand in hand to deliver a hybrid powertrain while keeping a look of distinction. Whether you're in the market for a new car or something pre-owned, it's nice to know who you're doing business with. Tillamook Motor Company is on the friendly corners of 5th and 7th on Main in downtown Tillamook, and they have your next vehicle. You get their bottom line, one price, without having to haggle, and it includes Ford Protect Premium Care Extended Service Plan for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Take a test drive today at Tillamook Motor Company, a better place to do business. Excuse me. So like I said, we're talking to some of the marshals, because we're missing Phyllis from North County and possibly Tammy from the Chamber. Do you have any fun stories about past parades that you can remember, especially Jack driving in it? Do you have any... you have lots of stories, so I'm sure you have something.
The biggest story was the one when we did the steam engine, and that was, I can't remember how many years ago, probably better than 20. But it was real historical to see it come around by the museum and then come around the corner, and the smoke and the steam, and little kids thought it was a locomotive.
Right, sure, a train. Yeah,
a train instead of a farm tractor.
About the black limo.
Oh, that was something.
We talked that off with Arella Chadwick.
That Arella many years ago.
Who we should give a shout out to. She's been on the parade committee forever, right? Is she a founding member? I think so. Yeah.
Well, at that time, we had a big black Lincoln limousine. We put it in Tillamook, Portland, and Tom Wad dressed up as President Nixon
with a mask.
with a mask. We had some state policemen armed in suits that walked alongside. We put
my
the
gosh, that's
presidential
hilarious.
flags on the hood, and nobody knew that it was.
It wasn't the president. They all thought it was.
Nobody knew that it was even entered, and all of a sudden, here it came around the corner, and the people were just. It's the president. It was
Came to this Tillamook County. How does he know about us?
We did some things like that were kind of fun in the past with the parades, and it was really
let Tom keep the mask.
Yeah, that was
souvenir.
one of the highlights.
That's really funny. Yeah, if somebody did that now, that would be pretty funny. Get on it. Oh wait, no, you're a Grand Marshal. You can't do that.
You've got to have an Obama mask somewhere, though.
So we should mention again all the things that are going on Saturday in celebration of the June Dairy Festival. The festival kicks off at 8 a.m. on Saturday with the Tillamook County Family YMCA Milk Run. The course starts at the Y and goes through dairy country, past cows and pastures before winding back to the Y. It includes a children's challenge course, a 2-mile walk, 2-mile run, 5K walk, 5K run, and 10K run. You guys going to be out there running off your breakfast? No?
I don't think so.
No worries. Just teasing you.
We'll be the pace car.
You mean well, they call it a SAG cart that comes behind and sweeps up everybody. Yeah. Supplies and gear, I think is what it stands for. If you want to register for the milk run, you can do that at tillamookymca.org under programs. And then the parade starts with all kinds of people. I mean, I was looking at the list here, and there's just all kinds of fun stuff. Where'd my list go? We've got all the dance studios are dancing, the North Queen Drill Team, the Astoria Regatta Float, pep bands, and the Rosarians, and of course the Marshals, and the Honorary Marshals and the Grand Marshals who are gracing us with their presence today. Seattle Seafair Float, Cars, the PDX Yar Pirates have an entry, so that will be kind of fun to see what they're doing. The Shriners, all kinds of fun stuff, and it is a long parade this year, which is great. I think we should mention, please make sure you pick up your garbage and recycling. There will be cans placed around town for that. And then once the parade is over, there's all kinds of stuff going on downtown. They're trying to revive the festival feel. So downtown, I believe they have 2nd Street that's going to be closed. There's going to have bouncy houses, buried treasure, and penny scramble games, live music. 2nd Street from Main to Ivy. So it's both from Blue Moon. No, 2nd Street, Main to Ivy. That's on the other side. That's on the west side of Main Street. Anderson Flores. And let's see, Russell Smith will be there giving out free massages. And then afterwards, you can go over to the rodeo. It's the 30th annual rodeo. And the Rodeo Queens. I think Debbie was in here. She got all of the past rodeo queens except for 2 to be in the parade. I think that's really awesome. And I think they're going to be at the rodeo too. So that's really cool. She did get the very first rodeo queen ever. Tillamook County Rodeo Queen. They got her. So that's really fun. And if you can't make it to the rodeo on Saturday, which starts at 6, you can also go on Sunday. And Sunday is also Children's Day. So kids, I think it's 12 and under get in free, or 11 under get in free. We're about out of time. See, I told you that would go fast, right? Any fun things you want to talk about? Or I know Jack's got some great stories. You got any other stories about the parades or Tillamook, the rodeo, or anything like that you want to?
Well, I don't have anything about the parades. I love to go to the parade. I would just kind of like to thank the people of Tillamook that have let me do what I've done, and especially the two girls that work at the fairgrounds, and my employer right now, R&R, and just for giving me the time to do what I could do, and I just really appreciate that. I'd like to say thank you.
That's very nice.
There are a lot of people, unsung heroes, that are responsible for putting this whole thing together, including the rodeo. A lot of people out there. What a community of volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
Those people deserve a huge shout out. Thank you.
I've been to some parade committee meetings before, and it really is a huge group of people that do it. I mean, there's like 15 or 20 people that are involved. And some, like we were talking about historic knowledge before we went on the air, about Jack has a lot of historic knowledge about the fair and things that go on around town. That's a lot of the committee is people that have been doing it since day one, or almost since day one, that have such history and knowledge about the parade. And there is so much until I attended a meeting, I had no idea what it took to put on a parade. You have to contact ODOT. You have to get permits. You have to make sure that you have flaggers. You have to make sure that you have people, down at the fairgrounds and the ribbons and the trophies. I mean, it is an insane amount of people that come together on Saturday to help put on this amazing thing for the county and people who come join us.
And they deserve a big, big thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. It's such a fun thing. Always the fourth Saturday, not the last Saturday. I learned that a couple years ago. Fourth Saturday of June is the rodeo and the parade. Always something fun to look forward to. Okay. Well, we are out of time. Let's see. Tomorrow, Todd Hudenpyle from OSP Fish and Wildlife will be here. Shana will be interviewing him. Don't forget, senior meals, 11:30 at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway Beach every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also noon every weekday at the Kiowanda Community Center in Pacific City. Cost is $3 for seniors and $6.75 for everyone else. Tomorrow's Thursday, the Manzanita Fireworks booth opens from 10 to 6. On Friday, from 5:30 to 9 at the Bay City Art Center, there's a barbecue and bingo benefit for Shelley Bowes medical expenses. Friday is also the opening of Tapa's hilarious adult comedy, Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. Get your tickets at Diamond Art Jewelers before they sell out, 842-7940. It runs through July 10th, and I believe Friday's show is already sold out, but there might be a few tickets left for Saturday. You can get more information about the show at tillamooktheater.com. Friday and Saturday is the annual Rockaway Beach Pirate Festival, so we're having all kinds of pirates in town this weekend, both in Rockaway and Tillamook. Saturday is the Milk Run, the June Dairy Parade, the rodeo, and then on Sunday is the final day of the rodeo. And then on top of all that is all the farmers markets that are going on. And the Tillamook Farmers Market will be going on from, don't shoot me if I'm wrong, I think 9 to 2 is, yeah. So that's nice. If you're, hanging out for the parade and you need a snack, go over to the Tillamook Farmers Market. They got all kinds of stuff over there. Well, thank you so much for coming in. It was fun talking to you. I hope it wasn't too scary. And thank you, Tillamook, for listening.